my fellow distinguished speakers, Anna French, Barbara Muller, Dr. Manish Pant, I see Dr. Deepak Dwivedi, and many distinguished people in the audience. Let me say that it's truly an honor and privilege to be here amongst all of you, and especially when we talk about Sustainable Development Goals, which is now not only earlier, I would say, a buzzword, but now it has become truly a necessity across the world. As Marcia mentioned, the United Nations Global Compact is the largest corporate initiative of UN, which is connecting business, industry, academic, UN agencies, and also the government on one platform. You will be happy to know that UN Global Compact Network India in the last 2 years has significantly contributed, not only creating the awareness, but also hand-holding and facilitating the state to align their SDG targets. But before I say all that, I would like to request Deep, my colleague, to just roll out our curtain raiser on UN Global Compact. Then I will update other views later.
We need a world where all strive to progress and prosper together, and no one is left behind. In September 2015, around 193 countries of the UN General Assembly came together for world's largest corporate sustainability initiative 2030, Agenda for Sustainable Development with 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. With these new goals that universally apply to all, countries would mobilize efforts to end all forms of poverty, fight inequalities, and tackle climate change. The cost of implementing SDGs is a staggering $5 trillion per year. On the other hand, business leaders and entrepreneurs can unlock market opportunities worth $5 trillion and generate 230 million jobs in Asia alone through sustainable business models. In India, this mammoth task is taken forward by Global Compact Network India, GCNI, local network of the UN Global Compact. Though GCNI saw a very humble start, but as the time progressed, this revolutionary movement and phenomenon paced up with thoughtful members as new partnerships and collaboration came up by every passing day to support and strengthen this one family. Today, the Indian network ranks amongst the top 10 amongst 102 local networks, emerging as the largest corporate sustainability initiative globally, with a pan-India membership of 350 leading business and non-business participants, 341 signatories, and local chapters in 8 major cities of the country. The 17 SDGs and 169 targets incorporated in 2015 by global community completely reflects the development agenda of India.
भारत ने विकास का जो मार्ग चुना है, उसके और यूएन द्वारा प्रस्तावित सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स के बीच बहुत सारी समानताएं हैं.
Many programs are launched by the government to make progress towards these global goals. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana ensures access to financial services in an affordable manner. Midday meal scheme is designed to improve the nutritional status of school-age children nationwide. Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Sanrakshan Yojana provides reliable tertiary healthcare services. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan ensures education for all. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao focuses on gender equality and empowerment of girl child. All these initiatives, schemes and programs are broadening the horizon for India's growth and transformation, creating new pathways for protection of people, planet and prosperity across the globe. GCNI is working hand in hand with Government of India in taking this agenda forward with its several initiatives, which include programmatic interventions, research, training and capacity building, advocacy, promoting governance, awareness and recognition. Though we have come a long way, but still there is much more to conquer, much to re-establish, much to reform and much to impact. Many more lives to be touched to make our country and our planet a better place to live in future. Because future is not just your or mine. Future is ours. And it's our responsibility and duty to shape up a sustainable future together. With responsible business practices combined with collaboration and innovation, we can bring about powerful change in markets as well as societies, proving that profit and principles go hand in hand. Let's shape a sustainable future together. Come, join us, become a member today, and show the world that India can make a difference.
Keep up the good work and make all the companies in India take action on the global goals. Show the world that India can make a huge difference on the global goals.
So there we are, ladies and gentlemen, as Global Compact India. Let me also say that with pride that today Global Compact India ranks among the top 10 network of the world. It is largely to the government of India of the day that itself recognized, as you have heard, the Prime Minister Modi saying that whatever the agenda the government has chosen, it has aligned that agenda very well on the ground when it comes to SDGs. I'm happy to share with you that there are 3 states currently who have aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals. First state was Assam, Sikkim, and now Nagaland. And currently we are working in tandem with the states Uttarakhand. The work will start immediately the general election is over. Telangana, Rajasthan, we will have Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, and so is Gujarat. And hope our ultimate aim on the ground will be to work with all the 29 states to make them SDG aligned. So that's our key focus areas. And also you will be happy to know, I think by now quite a few of my friends in the audience would know that the government has decided to rank states on the basis of SDG parameters when it comes to development of the state. And we roll out, along with the Niti Aayog, the UN did commendable work, created a mechanism or the framework by which today you get to know how a particular state is showing progress on each of the SDGs. At the same time, we have already started our conversation among all the UN agencies to create as equally a framework for corporate companies to report how they are able to align SDG targets in their own way, and they must report to their boardrooms. So this conversation will also start happening. We are holding our annual Flexib event in Mumbai on the 31st. We have tried to schedule a session on brainstorming what could be the few pointers and few ideas that can come from the corporate sector so that we could say that this is the ideal platform for companies to report when it comes to SDG parameters. I would also like to share with you the advocacy along with the UN agencies we do with the Niti Aayog. And Niti Aayog is, is the implementing arm of the government to facilitate the achievement of the SDG targets. I was happy to be part of the delegation, former Vice Chairman of the Niti Aayog, Dr. Arvind Panigiriya, where India for the first time in 2017 presented the dashboard, how it has really got started on SDG. And now good news is that again the government here is able to channelize the entire energy resources because whatever the agenda that we see of SDG, by the way, you saw the last clipping of our UN Global Compact Executive Director and CEO. She ably said that if India can achieve the target of SDGs, that world would have achieved the target by 50%. So that is the magnitude and the challenge for each one of us. And if China could have made a mark in terms of Millennium Goals, so it is India time really to make a mark as far as SDGs are concerned. And I also would like to share with you in terms of accelerating our engagement with the corporate sector. Mr. Anand Mahindra, Chairman Anand Mahindra has already agreed to join the Global Compact Board in New York. And in a few months' time, you will see more and more corporate sector will be coming on board to implement and support the achievement of targets, because this is where we believe that there was a mention about SDG financing, and Mr. Mahindra himself committed 500 crores Indian rupees to facilitate, just to set an example and ball rolling in terms of targets, because we need so much of money to achieve this target. And I also would like to share with you the Global Compact India, apart from advocacy, capacity building on each SDG, programmatic intervention with the states and research, we also have started sharing the best of the practices or innovative practices from all across geographies. In 2018, Global Compact Academy has been established in New York, whose mandate is to bring out the best of the best material available, and that material can be available to all the network that are essentially looking forward to build their capabilities. At the same time, we at India planning to hold a study mission to Europe, where some of the companies like Siemens, BMW, Schneider Electric, Unilever, Total, the Bosch, where the objective of those visit actually is to understand how these companies have aligned their sustainability in a more responsible manner, and that is why today, not only the company of today, but their company of the future. Each company reports to their boardrooms that how they make their business so transparent, robust, sustainable, responsible, and equally aligned with the SDGs framework. So what is few things that India can learn? So this delegation study mission will soon go to Europe, beginnings August, September. At the same time, we have also started recognizing the good work that is happening in India. We have done SDG Innovative Practices Award, and you'll be happy to know that a huge response of Indian companies to showcase their so much work that they are doing. And one point that I want to share with you, SDGs came in 2015, but our CSR came in 13-14. So there was a challenge of not having any mention in CSR, because a lot of developmental work happened through CSR initiatives. So with that, there is a committee today which has been appointed again by the government under the chairmanship of the Secretary, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Srinivas, who is looking into the aspect of not only what has been the few gaps since that law was enacted and implemented, but also see how we can align with the SDGs. So going forward, you will see in the law, the SDG relationship will be fully established, and so that more and more companies can join hands. The last, before I conclude, would like to share with you how we are working with the institutions who will be the pathfinder in building capacities. There is an initiative of United Nations called PRME, Principle of Responsible Management Education, who has the membership of over 8,000 premier institutions like Kellogg, Harvard Business. And we brought that chapter to India in 2017. I'm happy to share the SP Jain, IIM Bangalore, and IIM Lodi Road co-hosting the secretariat. The mandate of the PRME is to handhold the business schools, especially the academic institution, where we have to tell our future generation what sustainability and responsible business is all about. How can we inculcate from the young minds that this is what we need to do, and how they need to also be aware of this, so that the future that we saw a couple of years ago is further made more joyful and happier. And in India, again, 98 institutions have already joined these initiatives. And going forward, you will see many of the institutions will be working with UN Global Compact India and to see the courses that will be offered. And in our conversation with the Niti Aayog and regulators, AICT or UGC for that matter, in terms of accrediting agency like AMBA or AACSB like that agency, have already agreed to see that 20% weightage is given to institutions who are teaching sustainability and responsible business courses. So more and more will happen this, and we will also create some of the module where we can create the supply of making sustainability officer in India from India itself. Right now, as per BSc index, there are 251 companies who have already appointed chief sustainability officers. So going forward, this number is going to increase because, you know, the size of the Indian business is so huge. So a lot of work will happen. But to me personally, I want to first compliment the Relax for taking this initiative and bringing to India, and also asking us to join hands. My sincere appreciation, and I would like to assure them that if whatever the opportunity when they think of India, we will not be far behind. So we will be happy to join and make sure the Indian companies do take advantage of those initiatives which was so ably presented by Marcia. I also would like to congratulate each one of you because SDG in the first sense doesn't attract each one of us, but if you look at, this is the, if you look at the message, no one should leave behind of the United Nations, and if you look at the Prime Minister message, Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas, and ultimately, if you look at my own Indian ancient saying that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, all that is all about being this world more happier, more better, and more sustainable. So with that note, thank you very much for joining us in large number this morning. And I know a few sessions that Relax team has put it together will be interesting, and we will be able to put our view across, and it will be, you'll find this engagement more better, and you'll be able to take some ideas from this so that we can implement in our respective organization. So thank you, Marcia, thank you, Relax, and I would like to really welcome in our midst Mr. Kim Won-soo, His Excellency. He is the former Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations. Happy to have you, sir. And it is your commitment to SDG, because in your time, this conversation would have started and finalized, and you are here. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you, Relax, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much.